guys, Hailey Lain, aka Key Black here, coming to you from Orlando Airport. I'm here with Jessica Calais Sheffield.
Hello.
And Mon Pian.
Hi.
And we just came back from this fantastic trip, and half the time we were making G Gundam jokes, so I figured this would be a good chance to revisit G Gundam after kind of going over the first 5 episodes. That's kind of what lays the groundwork for like the main characters that you meet throughout the series, and then the story follows them throughout most of it. But I think what I love the most about G Gundam, after having watched it once, after kind of going through it, the second time, is it's just so freaking wild. Like, I don't know what I was expecting going into a giant robot series, but stereotypes about different cultures in different countries around the world, plus just really just funny character interactions wasn't really on the list. So
what a pleasant surprise.
What a pleasant surprise, exactly. The only thing I knew about G Gundam going in was it's a Gundam, and you said that was from a very
That's
specific
from Gundam
series.
Wing. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm kind of sitting here going I really liked G Gundam. I really liked the characters in that. I want more of that, but I'm kind of I think that's just G Gundam. I think that's just Imagawa, not Gundam itself.
You ain't gonna get that anywhere else.
I had zero interest in Gundam before G Gundam. I watched them and I thought, why are people into this? It's
cool giant robot.
It's not even, the robots weren't even that cool for me. I was just okay.
Pat Labor was cooler.
Yeah,
Robo
right?
was cooler.
Anything by Masamune Shirow was cooler, but this is just okay, I guess this is some Star Trek stuff or whatever. I don't know.
I can hear all of the Gundam fans going,
Listen,
I'm sorry.
I just want hot guy main characters. I'm very simple.
I just love anything Imagawa does. Clearly, he's tapped right in to whatever I like. It's Imagawa, you write it, I'll watch it.
It's true though. If I think about my favorite anime, my current list of favorite anime, 5 or 6 of them are Imagawa's, and I'm man, that's changed. Used to be top was One Piece. Then I used to put Bleach up on that list. I like the first saga of Bleach. It's been ages since I've even gone back and revisited that. But now I'm I guess I like giant robot genre, but not because it's giant robot, but because Imagawa does a lot of giant robots.
Yeah, and he makes it interesting. The amount of time he spent on the designs of the robots, and it's just great.
Yeah, I think the real key here was, as fun as the robots were in G Gundam, it always came down to what the characters were motivated by, and their interactions, and the human connection. Because, again, the robots were cool. I see a lot of people our Lord and Savior, Nether Gundam. But at the same time, I cannot imagine liking the series as much as I did if the ending wasn't what it was.
Yeah.
And I'll be nice and not spoil it for
the ending's very good.
That's exactly what I mean. It's when I watched G Gundam, I actually felt connected to the robots because they were connected to the human story that was happening. Whereas in previous Gundam, it was just oh, this is a really cool robot.
It's a machine.
And it's kind of well, that's really cool, but I'm here for a narrative, I'm here for a story. Give me something more than that. And I just feel the old ones were more...
Yeah.
Well, the old ones were. The old ones were, this is war, and this is a weapon, and it's just cooler because it looks like a person. But what Imagawa did with Tetsujin was, is it a tool or is it a weapon?
Yes.
So he took that concept of, okay, this is a piece of war machine, but it can be used as a tool. But then he took it one step further, and again, we'll be nice and we won't spoil the end of Tetsujin 28, but it was that unseen third option. And what Imagawa does in G Gundam is he takes that unseen third option and he made it an integral part of the entire plot.
Yeah, because I remember sitting there. Again, I'm going to try and speak vaguely about it, but that third option was on my...
In Tetsujin 28.
Yes, in Tetsujin 28 was on my mind the entire series. I guess because we had just watched Giant Robo, and it's sort of in there too, but Oh yeah, it definitely felt the same kind of going through G Gundam and going like, oh yeah, this is the stuff that I like.
Yeah, ultimately with Imagawa, even when it's robots, what Imagawa does every single time is he ties in the human element that is intrinsic to whatever humans make.
Yeah.
Because humans had to make the robot in the first place, and therefore there's always that thread of connectivity, of connection between person and machine. And he just takes that and amps it up to 11, and then adds a great soundtrack and tugs at your heartstrings and puts a giant windmill on a robot.
I love that in universe that meant that there were designers who had to go like, you know what would best represent our country? Giant windmill. But guys, thanks so much for joining me for chatting about this again. I freaking love this series. Guys, if you haven't actually watched G Gundam for yourselves, highly recommend it. We've been very careful not to go into too deep spoilers on certain points. But it is a very, very fun series. But yeah, guys, thanks so much for listening and for watching. Guys, thanks for joining.
Yeah,
no worries.
it was fun.
And see you guys in the next episode. Bye.
Bye.